Hello, Year 8s. Mr. Cleary here. You are continuing with your solo learn work today, which is part of our programming unit, which is your final unit of study for Digitech Year 8 for this semester. So I'll just get to our Year 8 Digitech page. Actually, I might head just straight to solo learn. Although, no, I wanted to revisit our learning intention and success criteria. So I'll quickly have a quick peek at that one first. Now I'm going to 8A here, but 8A and 8A are doing the same work. So there's no hassles there, no matter which class you're in. So this is the thing that I posted last time. So learning intention is to gain an ability to code in HTML. And your success criteria are: I can access solo learn, I know what HTML tags are, and I can use HTML tags to create a website. So we're moving on this week from CAD, no more CADing, we're programming from now on. To start with, we're going to spend some time learning to program in HTML, which is the programming language used to write websites. Now, if you're at your computer and you press F12, and I'm going to do that now, that will split any web page you're looking at in half and show you the code that that makes your web page. So I'll press F12 again and that'll disappear. Even if I go over to Google here, if I press F12, now I can see all the code that makes up this page, okay? And everything you could see between these greater than and less than symbols, so that's a less than symbol there and a less than greater than symbol over there, they're called HTML tags, okay? So as you work away, you're going to learn about the HTML tags. So this one here, head, you've got in a less than symbol and a greater than symbol, and here you've got slash head. So that's the opening of a tag and the closing of a tag. You're going to learn that stuff as you go. And I would encourage you, any website you're looking at, this is the ABC News website here, I can press F12. This is going to be a pretty busy website because there's so much on it. So Google here, that's the whole page there, because there's not much on it. But the ABC website here, you can see if I scroll down, like there's heaps and heaps and heaps of content here. So there's heaps and heaps and heaps of stuff over here to represent that page. Now, if you click on any individual pieces over here, usually you can get it to highlight the different elements to show you which part of the code is actually being used. So this here, that's like the whole background by the looks of it. So the body tag has something to do with it there. Let's see if we can just like get an image or a button to highlight. Let's scroll down here. Not coming to the party for me, unfortunately. I can only really get the body one to come to the party for me there. But anyway, it's an interesting thing to do, even if you're on your Edmodo. Press F12 and have a look at what it looks like. Okay. We'll see if we can get anything to highlight here. Something small highlighted there. So this here, this div ID equals root slash dash div here. It's like this top part of the page by the looks of it. What else can we get to highlight here? So there might be a few things here that are down the page a little bit. But anyway, that's what HTML looks like, and that's what you're going to learn how to use. So we'll press F12 again and we'll get rid of that one. Okay, so first things first, we need to access Solo Learn from Google. Type in Solo Learn and choose your top link. Choose Sign In. And you can sign in with your Facebook account, you can sign in with your Google account, or you can sign up if you don't have either of those. Now I've got a Google account. It's my school Google account. You might actually have one of these too. You might be using Google Docs for some of your subjects. So if you are, it'll be the same ID. We'll get this one to let me through, hopefully. I'm back at school and we've got students back this week, so the internet's going a little bit slow. All right, here we go. Looks like I'm in business. So once you get in, if you've got an interest in programming, Solo Learn is a great place to learn a little bit about heaps and heaps of different programming languages. So click on courses. So we're not doing Python, we're not doing C++, we're not doing JavaScript or Java. But again, if you do have an interest in programming, you should have a look at all of these. This will give you a real good taster for all of these different programming languages. Some are used for making apps, some are used for making games, some are used for making websites, and HTML is one of those. So that's the one we need you to enroll in. So click on the HTML there, HTML fundamentals, and we need to enroll in that course. Okay, so you can see down here, these are all the little bits that you need to do. Don't skip ahead, start at number 1 and click away. Now, as you progress, you will attract XP up here. So the more you do and the better you do with the course content, the more XP you'll get. So that's what you want to do. You want to build your XP up as much as possible. So where it says take a shortcut, I strongly suggest you don't do that. Click through things one thing at a time. Okay, so start with this lesson, go to this lesson next, go to this lesson next, go to this lesson next. Okay, and by the time you get to your quizzes, which is really where you're going to earn these big XPs, you're going to know everything that you need to know. Okay, so everything you need to know to get this quiz right is going to be taught in these subsequent lessons. I could click the quiz, but I'm not going to have known the content, so that's going to make it a little bit difficult for me. Okay, now this is all very self-explanatory as long as you're reading the material in front of you. If you just go next, 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 you're not going to know what's going on. So I'll just do one quick module just to show you what it's all about. Welcome to HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Unlike a scripting or programming language that uses scripts to perform functions, a markup language uses tags to identify content. Here is an example of a HTML tag. P, I'm a paragraph / P. So when you put less than P, greater than, and then less than / P, greater than, you've opened the tag, you've closed the tag, and the /P or the P and /P, that is the tag for making a paragraph. So if you type that into your code, you'll end up with a little gap like here between your text or between your picture and whatever else. And you can put in multiples if you need like a larger gap, like something like this, you could use multiples of that. Oh, try it for yourself. Let's give it a go. So when you're doing the HTML programming, what it will do, it'll give you that split screen look where you can practice something over here and it'll show you how it actually looks on a website over here. So we've got I'm a paragraph over here. I might just write some stuff in over here and see if we can get that to happen. So Mr. Cleary's radical web page work in HTML solo learn. Let's just run that and see what we get. So we've got I'm a paragraph there, and because it's got the P and /P, it puts in the space there. So if we take those out, what should happen over here, I'm thinking, if I run it, is that this gap should disappear. And it might even be that this Mr. Cleary comes all the way up. Let's have a run and see. Cool, so it did come all the way up. So I'll put in some more P and /Ps. I'll see what happens if I put it here. P /P. Be very interested to see what that does. Cool, so it still worked on the end there. Let's see if I move it down a line, if it still works there. Cut and paste. Yep, so that worked the same. I'd probably code it like this just so things are a little bit organized. Often that's the way to go when you're coding. Put every new thing on a new line so that it's not too confused when you're going through it. Now I would like for this to make 2 gaps here. So hopefully that's what it does. I only got the 1 paragraph in there, which was a bit disappointing. What happens if I put like 6 in there? Let's see what that does. All right, so obviously to get an extra gap in there, there's something else that I need to do, and I don't know what that is yet. So not to worry. Let's get back to our course. So we've had a little practice there. Oh yes, and mine's back here. So I'll leave that one open. So back to my fundamentals. Ding. What does markup language use to identify content? Tags. I knew that. Woohoo! Cool. All right, so I think you can see how this works. It's like Lego instructions, okay? Don't skip to the end and try and make the model. Follow the instructions step by step by step, and it's going to teach you as you go. I don't think there's anything else I need to show you. This should keep you busy for the week. I don't think anyone's going to have time to finish the whole HTML course, but don't worry about that. So I'll have this video sitting for your reference. Our learning intention and success criteria will stay the same for the week as we get through this week, and looking forward to seeing you all back on campus next week. Thanks a lot, Year 8s.